What up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns, back at you with another video. Today we're rocking with those Ruger Security 380 Lite racks, and we got a couple on deck. So I've reviewed these on the channel before. So this is going to be more range footage, first shots, mixed with just kind of a recap at the tabletop. So I'd like to first say, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, take a moment to make sure that you are actually subscribed. As I've stated previously and looking at the analytics for the channel, 90% of the return viewers are not actually subscribed to the channel. They're just getting recommended the content. So just take a moment to make sure you subscribe, just so we can see that growth in the platform. This video is for educational purposes only, and we are in a safe and controlled environment. So if you're familiar with the channel, I reviewed these on here before. These firearms are what I consider ideal for new shooters as well as elders because of the light rack setup, hence the name Light Rack, 380 Light Rack. So it's extremely easy to rack the slide on this. It's a fairly compact firearm. It's a 380. The recoil is minimal. And they actually have pretty decent triggers. The triggers on these bad boys break around 4 pounds. So that's pretty solid. So I think it's an ideal starter firearm for ladies just getting into shooting, for youngsters getting into shooting. I actually bought these. I have two because I bought one for my wife and I bought one for my daughters to train with. So that was half the battle. The other half is actually getting them to the range. So we're still working on that part, but we're getting there. So just a little bit about this bad boy, characteristics. Let's go ahead and clear it. Magazine's empty. Weapon is empty. We put the magazine back in for aesthetics. So you get 2 magazines with this. That's outfitted with the 15 round. So you get one 15 rounder and you get one 10 rounder. So the 10 rounder, you can either run with the flat base plate if you want it completely flush, or there's also the pinky extension, as you see on this one here, to take up that pinky overhang. So whatever you prefer. I keep them sitting with the 15 rounders in them. And these are 15 rounders with the sleeve. So you got the sleeve on there, but it is textured and designed to mate right up with the grip. So if you don't know, you won't know. It matches up. So that's what you're working with. The rack on this bad boy, as I said, it's extremely light. You got dog ears on the rear here to give you a little more to grab. You got serrations front and rear. You got the cutouts on the slide there, lightning cuts, just kind of lighten that slide a little bit. But aesthetically, it's a nice firearm. It's a nice looking firearm. You got fiber optic up front. You got blacked out in the rear. That's the U-notch. These bad boys, this one here, because I only equipped one of them with the laser. This is the Viridian laser. This one, the sights were a little bit off. The rear sight, you do have adjustment on here. You can see it's got an Allen head screw in there. So you can adjust that for windage. So it was a little bit off. I should have checked it before I took it out. That's just more of a quality thing. And even the front one is slightly off. So I got to use my sight tool to adjust that. I did go ahead and adjust the rear one here a little while ago. So I've got that centered. But that's minor. That's just fine tuning. It's got a manual safety. So you do have a manual safety on there if that's something you prefer. It doesn't get in the way. It also has the trigger bar safety as well. So you got multiple safeties on there. The trigger, it's got a lot of travel to it. So although the brake is light, you got your take up there on the wall. And then you got your brake there. Reset. Got a long reset on it, and then you're back on the wall. So it's a light trigger, but by no means is it competition style. But this here is an EDC. For what it's designed for, the trigger is more than sufficient. So weight-wise, this bad boy only comes in at around 19 ounces. The barrel in here is about 3.4 inches long. So this is a decent setup. It's a nice first firearm. As you'll see at the range, the recoil is minimal. So it's not intimidating at all for new shooters, in my opinion. So I think it's a good starting point. But we're going to jump out to the range. And price-wise, this bad boy is definitely priced for a nice starter gun. So we're talking around 3 in most places. So if you find it on sale, you maybe can get it for a little less. But for what you're getting, it's a 15 plus 1 and a 10 plus 1. So that's an ideal setup. I've got the holster here with the side saddle for this one. And this one here with the laser, I've gotten just a soft, sticky holster. So this is something that can like go in a purse or something like that, or in a pocket. So that's what we're working with. So let's jump out to the range, check out some of this footage. I started out with the laser, with the one with the laser, but shooting the irons. So I ran a couple of magazines through here, and I ran a couple of magazines through here, and then we reloaded and went back with the laser. So let's jump out, review that footage, and then we'll come back in. What up, what up, what up, good people? It's your boy BTG. And as stated, we out here at the range. We got these 380s, Ruger Security 380. And this is pretty much first shots. So we're gonna calibrate this bad boy, just make sure the sights are dialed in. Mainly the one with the laser, we wanna make sure that laser is dialed in. We got target out about, that's about 7 yards. So, which is adequate for self-defense. So without further ado, we're gonna put some rounds through these bad boys. We're starting out with the 15 round mag in each, and then we've got the 10 round that we'll rotate to next. One, we put the pinky extension on it. The other one we just left flush. So, you know, it's gonna be some overhang for that, but that's cool. So let's go ahead and get you set up here. Target is down range. That should be good vision there. Now let's put some rounds through this bad boy. We'll start with the laser. And let's see. What's it looking like? I think we're high right off the bat. Well, let's see if the sights are on first. Sights dead on. Yeah, recoil is minimal. Shooting down there. Center. Hey, that didn't lock back. I don't think I was on the slide, but we'll see. Let's run the pinky in there, or the no pinky, so we know we're going to get some overhang. Got the real pinky there, but we don't have any recoil, so that's not really an issue on a package like this. So gotta hold a little bit high. Let's go ahead and run the other one. Shouldn't be much difference, but first shot, still want to put some rounds through it, and then we'll swing back over and we'll zero that laser in. So for here, we're gonna go top right. Shooting very much to the left. Sight looks to be lined up. Front sight looks like it could be a little bit off. So we'll compensate for that. So let's bring it over to the right. If you hold to the right, then it's on. Just barely to the right. Okay, that one locked back. So we're gonna rotate to the pinky extension. So if you choose to carry that way, you get that pinky on there a little more comfortable. So let's go to that upper left. Okay, and that locked back. So this one is fine. We're gonna reload.
Question for you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to have a channel?
Yes.
Do you have a YouTube?
Yeah.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's BTG.
BTG.
Bust Them Guns.
Guns.
Bust Them Guns.
Bust Them Guns. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you.
Check it out. Appreciate it. So we're gonna load. Actually, gonna load all three of these bad boys. All right. So welcome back. So as you can see, starting out, it was shooting a little bit to the right. I believe it was to the right, but that's due to that sight being off a little bit. So I kind of compensated for that. One thing about these micro compacts having the short sight radius is there's not much room for error. So you've got to kind of be dialed in, or it's going to make a difference if you're shooting a small target. So I was shooting in the smaller boxes, so I wanted it to be right in there. So the slight movement and you're out of the box. But all in all, it shot well. We were 100% reliable, so no issues with reliability. And these were first shots. So we ran irons on both completely through. And we're going to reload and we're going to jump back out. We're going to start with the laser. The laser was slightly off. Well, it was more than slightly off. But in looking at the iron sights, I could tell that. So I made an adjustment before getting started just to kind of put us in the ballpark using the irons. So we started out with the laser and then we ran some more irons and then we wrapped it up. So let's jump back out to the range, take a look at that footage, and then we'll come back in and wrap it up. Yeah, we're going to play with this laser. So already got my Allen wrench out. So we're going to bring this down. I'll start with the bottom. Yeah, we are way high, but it's pretty easy. Maybe a little bit to the right. Okay, that's good. I think that might be it. Let's try that. Okay, so we are reloaded. We got the laser on. Let's see how accurate it is. Pretty close. That's pretty close. I think that's on. Yeah, that's on. Just slow down with it. Yeah. This one is still not locking back. But I know I definitely was not on the slide. So I'm gonna run another round. And let's go back to the irons. Let me drop down. I might have been on that slide. I want to see if it's gonna lock back. Chamber it first. So it's center in the bottom. Good. So that side is on. Oh yeah, we're on. and it did lock back. So I must have been riding that slide lock. So we are dialed in here. We'll go another round with the irons here. We got a couple more magazines that are already loaded, so we'll empty them. And I think we might just wrap it there. Or we'll save a magazine to run it short. So we'll use the pinky. And let's go bottom left. That. And that locked back. So let's say we're looking good. Let's bring the target in. See what kind of damage we're doing. Yeah, we're looking good. Those smaller targets were dead up in there. So I think we'll wrap it right there. All right, so welcome back. So the laser, with that minor adjustment, it put us in the ballpark. And once it was on, then it was on. And that bad boy runs fine. So I recommend the laser if you're using it for self-defense, but that's personal preference. Some people don't get into the lasers. But I think that's, if you're training with it and you're used to hitting that button when you're pulling it, then that's not a problem. As long as the laser's dialed in, then that's more of a sure thing as far as getting on target quick. But I like both of these. They're the same. I shot them both because I hadn't ran any rounds through them, so just wanted to make sure that they're both reliable, that there wasn't any issues. I didn't think there would be, and there wasn't, other than the sights, making those adjustments and just dialing that laser in. So highly recommend these once again. For elders that may not have the strength, they want a semi-automatic, but they may not have the strength to rack that slide of some of these compacts, because some of them are pretty tight. And a lot of them are snappy if you shoot 9mm. So this 380 is a nice compromise. That's a nice self-defense 380 ammo out there where you're not really giving up firepower by going with the 380. It's still going to get the job done, and you're going to be able to use it without it giving you a hard time. So that's ladies, and I'm not talking seasoned ladies. I'm talking about ladies just getting into shooting and may not have that strength because they just don't do that type of maneuvering. So this is an ideal first gun. We're not going to stretch this video out. Just wanted to get some range time on these bad boys, make sure they were rocking and rolling. So it's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns, back at you with another review. Until next time, check us out on the other platforms, Instagram, Facebook, at Bust Them Guns. I did put a short up on this out there, just running some quick rounds through there. So until next time, holla.